Welcome switchheads to my Plunderer's Adventures review. And why not hit that like and subscribe button while you're here if you are enjoying any of my content. And it also helps for the YouTube algorithm. Anyway, Plunderer's Adventures is a tower defense-like game. Kind of at first reminiscent in the actual gameplay of that Plants vs Zombies type game, but as you go in it kind of differs in some ways. Firstly, it's pirate themed and you will be basically controlling your own ship, trying to build your own kind of female army and trying to, as far as I could actually gather, it's you trying to, well, find and rescue your sister or something like that anyway. Swiftly moving on, you'll be able to upgrade both your ships as you have two playable characters here. One that, well, you play at the beginning, and then the next one, again as far as I can gather, is the sister to the first one, and the mechanics are the same but slightly different because you get a different weapon and the like. Yes, upgrading them ships of yours, well, you basically get to have a ×3 on different stats. Sails, attack power, your bow, skill cooldown, and your figurehead, which is skill upgrade, or in your second character, a kind of slow down the actual creatures. And before I get into the actual main bulk of the gameplay, it's worth mentioning there is a gallery here as well, and you can see pictures of creatures that you've fought and also kind of scenery pictures. I got the inverted commas doing in the air right now. Basically scantily dressed pirate females posing for some inexplicable way, but hey. Okay. The actual gameplay, as I mentioned before, is kind of Plants vs Zombies-ish. You have your actual crew behind you and you have to defend them, as if any creatures get up to them, they will pick them up and carry them away. No idea why. And the main actual areas that you'll be dealing with is kind of like a row upon a row, and you can move up and down that row whilst firing your gun or cannonball. The enemies come from the right and basically shoot them as you go and stop them getting behind you. Simples. To help you deal with all of this, you also get to have different skills. There's a 3-shot skill and a hailing flame skill, and all of that is just with your first main character. Ooh, aren't you lucky? Fight your way through waves of these creatures, monsters and female pirates until you reach the end of this map area. And yes, there are 2 maps that you get. One for the starting character and one for the other character that you get once you've defeated the boss at the end of this map. And that boss battle will basically involve you taking on the skeletons, the ogres, the female pirates and whatever else those other things were, varying in different speeds as well. Let's not forget about that, shall we? And at all this time, the bad boss will be chanting, "You won't defeat me" or anything, and all that lot, until you finally defeat him, which was a bit weird when playing. But when you actually defeat them, you get another character to play, and essentially kind of feels like you're going through it all again, as the creatures, monsters, etc. are all the same, and it even gives you the same tutorial as the original one. So it kind of is starting the game again, which is weird. Now, full disclaimer, I did not complete the second part of the game as I kind of got a little bored, and I do apologise for that, but it just really felt like I was just repeating the first stage, really. I also got to keep the bounty, whatever, that I had from the previous character, which kind of also meant that I had like thousands to spend on upgrading this character straight away. And upon actually losing the will to carry on here, I'm just going to also mention the fact that it kind of breaks the game, the fact that from the very beginning, doing the first level and then moving on to the second level, kind of you have to go back, or I did, to the first level to then grind yourself up to upgrade your character in order to defeat the second level. All being well and good, by the time I'd finished, I'd upgraded almost completely and then just breezed through the rest of the game, which kind of felt broken to me within that respect. And this kind of felt a shame, because I felt like this could actually have quite a large amount of possibilities and could have been a really good game, but yeah, it kind of broke itself in its own mechanics. The good. It's got pirates, I guess. There is a good concept for a game here, I guess. It is a tower defense game, I'll bet very basic. The bad. It's a very basic tower defense game. Very basic. The pictures are somewhat cringeworthy in some parts, although they were quite well drawn, if you like. The gameplay is broken, as in the mechanics. You will just wipe through the whole game after you've grinded your way up to, well, maximum of everything. The very samey gameplay makes you not want to play it again after a while. The score, which is a big shame because there's plenty of creatures and things that possibly could have actually been cool within this game. And yes, I realise I haven't mentioned the pixel art graphics, because they're pixel art graphics, they look okay, and as for the music, it was okay at best. And I don't know, I'm just going to give it a 2 out of 5, because to be honest with you, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. But would I have felt bad spending $4.99 on it? Probably yes. So yeah, a 2 out of 5 for me. And as for my alternative, well, I really don't really know where to go on this, because they haven't brought Plants vs Zombies out on the Nintendo Switch, probably because they've monetarized it to heck on the mobile phones, which I actually bought for full price, and now I have lots of monetarizational things within my game. Anyway, rant over. Go and do yourself a favour and, well, just buy OTTD. That's a much better tower defense game. In fact, it's nothing like this tower defense game, really. As I said, they haven't brought Plants vs Zombies out on the Nintendo Switch yet, or at least not the one that matters. But yeah, I'm sure you've probably got a better idea for this yourself, so leave it down in the comments. Also, what do you actually make of Plunderer's adventures? Leave that down in the comments as well, because yeah, that's where they belong. Hit that like and subscribe button if you've made it this far, and you know, kudos if you have. I mean, this probably isn't that great of a review. Yeah, I didn't really know where to go with this game. And yeah, like, subscribe, come and join us in our Discord, because life is better when we switch together.